Hey guys, as per request, you wanted to see this look in this video, and it also happens to be a look using the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, which has also been highly requested. So if you want to see more Urban Decay Naked Palette 3 tutorials, then definitely give this video a thumbs up, and I will get those videos out for you guys. But first things first, I'm just going to apply my Josie Maran Argan Oil all over my face, and this will just prep my dry winter skin for makeup application. I'm also going to prep my lips with some lip balm, and this is just to smooth out my lips and moisturize them prior to application of my Lime Crime Lip Velveteen, which can be drying. For face primer, I'm using the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer, and this is great in combination with the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. I absolutely love the Silk Cream Foundation for when I'm my natural skin tone, and I'm in medium ivory, and it's a perfect shade for me. And my favorite way to apply this foundation is with the Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki brush, and I just think it works perfectly at buffing the foundation into my skin because it is a very thick cream consistency. You only need a little bit because it goes a long way. And then I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC20. Normally I would suggest using an NW for under the eye to cancel out any dark circles, but mine aren't that bad and I want to use the NC for brightening, and I'm also putting this on my lid as an eye primer. To set, brighten, and further add coverage to my under eye area, I'm using the Bare Minerals Well Rested, and to set my foundation, I'm using the Cover FX Mineral Press Foundation all over my face with MAC 182 brush. Just to note, this powder can be used as your foundation, but I like using it over top of my Laura Mercier Silk Cream for a very full coverage, flawless skin. Next, I'm using my favorite bronzer to contour with, which is Benefit Hoola, and my NARS Ita Brush, which is my favorite contouring brush. It's so easy to achieve the perfect contour, and I'm just chiseling out my cheekbones with that. Next, I like to take my bronzer along the temples of my head and as well as my forehead. And if you have a small forehead, I would recommend not contouring it because contouring does make things appear smaller, and I personally want to recede my forehead. But yeah, if you have a small one, don't do that. And I'm just bringing it along my jawline as well because no one wants a dub chin. And I'm using MAC Pink Cult, which is limited edition. I apologize for using a limited edition blush, but I really like this, and you could use MAC Pink Swoon in its place. It's pretty similar, and I'm using a NARS blush brush to put that on, and I think I put a little bit too much on, so I'm taking my Sigma F30 just to buff that out. And I'm using MAC Superb Extra Dimension Skin Finish as my highlight, which just got re-released in the new MAC collection. I forget what it's called. Magnetic Nude. Wow. Anyways, it's a really gorgeous highlight, and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. And now I'm taking that same bronzer as my contour and using it to contour my nose, and using a Sigma P82, which is one of their precision face brushes, and just bringing that down the sides of my nose and along the bottom as well. For my brows, I'm using the ever popular Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I'm using the shade Brunette and just using the spoolie end to comb out my brows and all my little crazy hairs to put them in place before I apply the product, which is on the other end. I'm just going to lightly make feather-like motions through my brow to distribute the product, and as you can see, I don't bring it in the forefront of my eyebrow. I just use the spoolie to kind of gradiate that product forward so it's not as harsh. To set everything, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and this will keep your brows in place all day. Kind of makes them a bit crunchy, but they will stay in place all day, I guarantee. It's such a good brow gel. And then I'm using the main star of the show, which is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I'm obsessed with this palette. I love it so much. I'm just using a Sigma E55 with the shadow Buzz all over my lid, keeping it underneath my crease, and then I'm going to use one of the matte shades in the palette, which is amazing. I would buy this palette just for the matte shades in it because they are so blendable and beautiful, and I have nothing like them in my collection actually, so that's why I really love them. But anyways, back to my eyeshadow application. I'm just using a darker matte shade and putting that in my lower crease now, just to give more depth and definition and a gradient effect, and then using my big fluffy Sigma F or E40 to blend everything out. And then I'm going in with an even smaller brush, which is the Sigma E30 pencil brush and dark side, and just packing that in my outer corner. And then I'm going to go back in with my goat-haired brush and just blend everything together so that it's seamless and I don't have any harsh lines. And just to further blend with no added product, I'm taking that Sigma E40 just to really make sure everything's well blended together. And once that's done, I'm going in with that same E55 brush, I believe it. Oh, there we go. It's on the screen. Silly Cheryl. Anyways, I'm taking the Shadow Strange and putting that underneath my brow, and then applying dust just to the center of my lids to make them pop. And dust is a very shimmery shade, so just beware of fallout with that. And for eyeliner, I'm using my favorite eyeliner, as you guys know, my favorite liquid anyways, and it's theBalm Schwing. And I'm just putting it on a wing like I normally do, and I love this eyeliner. I can't even say it enough. I really recommend you guys go out and check it. I always say that, but seriously, I've tried so many eyeliners and it's my favorite one ever. And for lashes, I'm just putting on a little bit of mascara because really these false lashes I'm applying just speak for themselves. They're the Noir Fairy. I'm sure you guys seen them all over Instagram. Everyone's using them. I did pay for these. I didn't have them sent to me like some people did. So I do really recommend them as a buyer. I love them. And now I'm taking Nooner eyeshadow on a Sigma pencil brush, the E30, applying that all under my eye and just a little bit of dark side on the outer corners. And then dust just on my tear duct. And for my waterline, I'm applying the NARS Larger Than Life in Rue Bonaparte, which is just a nude shade, and this is going to really open up my eye and make my eyes a little bit more doll-like. Just want some big bright eyes, and also applying some mascara on your lower lashes is really going to tie the look together as well. And to really pull this look together, I'm using my favorite lipstick of the moment, which is the new Velveteen by Lime Crime in Pink Velvet. It is so gorgeous. I'm sure you guys can see for yourself how stunning this lipstick is, but it really makes my green eyes pop, and I love the finish of it, and it will last you all day. No joke, all day. This is staying on your lips. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. As I said earlier, definitely give this a thumbs up if you want to see more Urban Decay Naked 3 palette tutorials, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!